Okay, Riley, in thinking further about your first serve, there are once again 2 points I'd like to emphasize, and they happen to be the same 2 points as I emphasized last time, but that's alright. So the first one is the stance, and the second one is the landing. Okay, and I say that because a lot of the elements are quite good. So on the left here, this is from Monday, and on the right is your serve from Saturday. So we can see any changes, and we're actually going to see not a whole lot. Now, when we start with the stance, what I want you to note is you're actually foot faulting here. Your front foot is pointing almost directly towards the net, and as you move through the motion, your back foot turns and ends up also pointing rather forward in the same direction as your front foot. Over here, this was on Saturday, we have the same thing, at least in this foot pointing forward, and it points a little more forward correctly on the do side than on the add side. We have that foot pointing forward. By the way, did you change your... You did one thing differently. You're doing one thing differently in this, which is serving from a platform stance, which I think is actually rather good. So I applaud that change. But what we still have in the way that you're open and the earliness with which your hips open here is a loss of power. So over here, we see that. We also see that the feet end up both pointing forward towards the baseline, towards the net, rather than the way we see Federer doing it here in his stance. This is obviously from the ad court, with this foot almost parallel to the baseline, and this foot actually pointing back towards the back fence a little bit. And you can see as a result how closed his hips are, the direction that his hips are going, whereas Riley's hips are moving more towards the front there, and also there. So that stance, oops, didn't mean to do that, sorry. That starting stance here, where the back foot is pointing back and the front foot is, well, it moves even to a little bit more parallel position over the course of the movement. So the front foot really pretty much parallel, the back foot pointing back. That's what we're looking for. The second thing is still landing on balance, and you obviously were not particularly happy in attempting to improve your balance on the landing, but as you can see, you've got the head moving this way and the foot moving that way. Yes, you do land on the left foot, which is correct, but rather than being more or less straight up and down in the manner of Federer here, right, landing like that, which you can see looks very nice, you're all kind of pretzeled up. And that hoppity-hop drill that I tried to get you to do, where you would land on this foot and kick this foot back, the idea is that if you can figure out how to do that and do that well, you'll be able to improve your balance on your landing. You do jump into the court, which is nice. Finally, one other good point to note here in the serve, which was also good on Saturday, is your contact point. You notice how the toss is out in front, and the contact is here in line with the front of your body. So if you can focus on your starting stance, you've shifted to a platform, which is nice, but work on getting that back foot pointing back, the front foot parallel to the baseline, slightly open on the do side, parallel on the ad side, and then work on that balance on the landing. That'll be a major improvement. Alright, thanks for considering it, Riley.